Hi friends, thanks so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome if you're new to my channel. My name's Alyssa, and for today's project, we're just taking a simple manila file folder and we're going to turn it into a cute little mini album. So I'll show you what I did with mine here. I did sort of add a little vintage touch to it, so I inked up around all of my pages. It did start to get a little tedious for me, so it might be a bit messy towards the end, but this is how mine turned out. I just did some collaging on the front here, and it says travel the world over to find the beautiful. And then I added just a few little beads over here. They're like sparkly, I think they're called crackle beads or something like that, but they're just so pretty and sparkly. So that's all I have for my tiny little dangle there. And then you can see these tabs here on the side from the file folder. I just put miscellaneous and notes on the other one, so I just stamped those. So let's flip through this one. And so I just went through my scraps really and covered up each of my pages. So this is a Tim Holtz paper. I've had this paper in my stash for a while, so you can do some writing on there. And then this is also a side pocket here, so you can file things away. Small things, I suppose, since this is a mini album. But I just have a few little scraps here that could be used throughout this mini album or for more journaling space. So that's my miscellaneous file folder part. And then over here is a scrap paper from Temu. And then I just used another scrap strip to cover up the back of the tab. I have some writing paper here. This is all coffee dyed. And I just added a sticker at the top. And then there's also a top loading pocket on this page. So I just stuck a tag and another little scrap that could be used throughout this journal or mini album, whatever you want it to be. And over here, I have another Tim Holtz page, coffee dyed paper with a sticker at the top there. And then this is also a side pocket or like a mini file folder pocket. So I just have some more scraps. And over here is another one of those Temu sheets and a scrap strip over on this side and another coffee dyed writing page with some roses. And that's it for this mini album that's made completely out of a file folder. And then it's great to just use up your scraps and stuff to cover up all of your pages. If you want to cover up your pages, you don't have to do that. You can put photos inside here if you want. It's just such a cute little album for memory keeping or for something like a mini botanical album. I think would be so cute, or like a specimen journal, just a mini one. So go ahead and grab a file folder and we can make one of these together. So here's my file folder. It does measure 11.6 inches across by 9.5 inches. And I think that's like the standard size for these types of file folders. So it really doesn't matter the size. We're not doing any scoring or anything like that. We're just going to be folding it and making a few cuts to create the mini album. So what we're going to do is just open up our folder like so, and we're going to hold it this way. So now the crease here is going to be vertical. And then we're just going to fold this in half the long way. So I'm just going to bring the bottom part up to the top here and fold this in half. And then your bone folder is going to come in handy with this project, just so you can really burnish those folds. Okay, so now we have a long skinny folder here, and then we're just going to fold this in half this way. So there is already that crease there, but I like to line up this edge with the edges of the other end. So rather than folding it in half where that crease already is, I kind of just bring it over a little bit more so that all my edges line up. And then I'll just create my own fold. Bring back my bone folder. Get that nice and flat. And I'm actually going to fold it back this way in half. Now what I'm gonna do is take this end here with the tab, and I'm gonna be folding it back this way. When you go to fold this back, you just want the tab to be going over the edge here. So not like this, you want it to be like this. And then we're gonna flip this over to the back and just fold this piece back like so. And so now we kind of have a guide as to how far we need to fold this piece. So just try to line everything up as best you can. So that everything is even. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up entirely. And you wanna make sure that your tab here is in the bottom right corner. So what we're gonna do is just make a few cuts now. So we're gonna cut an upside down T shape. So we're gonna be cutting here and then here. So I'm gonna just flip it over towards me so I can cut it easier, but I'm just gonna be cutting straight on and stopping at that intersection there. And then you can actually just fold this in half now and then cut along this fold line so that it'll cut both sides at the same time. And again, we're stopping here at that intersection. So let's open this back up now to where we have our upside down T shape cut out. And we're just going to now fold back the top 4 panels. So let's fold those back. And now we're gonna just hold it like so that we can manipulate these 2 flaps in the back that we just created. And these flaps we're gonna be folding outwards. So this one is going this way, and this one is going that way. And then these 2 panels in the middle, let's hold it like this again. We're just going to bring them together like so. And then we can just close up this entire booklet. So then we're gonna flip this over now, and this is going to be our cover. So we have one sheet here. We have this part that's gonna be a file pocket. We have a page here, and then this is where we can create our top pocket. And then here's another little file pocket. And then that's the last page. So let's go ahead and just glue our pockets down. So right here is going to be a file folder pocket. So we can just open this part up, and I'm going to pop some glue here on the edge and at the top. And then I can just close that up. And then on this next page, this is where we can create that top loading pocket if you want. So I'm actually just gonna close this up and open it this way. And then I'll pop my glue on this side and at the bottom. And then we can fold that back and close it up. So we've got our first page, file folder pocket, technically our third page. And then over here, we have another file folder that we can turn into a pocket. So same thing, I'm just gonna glue down this side and then the top. And then we can bring that back up. And then this is our last page. And we can burnish everything once again. But that's pretty much it for the assembly of this mini album. And we made that completely out of one file folder. And we have all these pockets to put goodies inside. And really the longest part of this project is just the decorating. So for that, I'm probably going to do it off camera because this may take me a bit. But if you want to cover up your pages here with other paper like how I did, I pretty much cut out sheets of paper that were around 4 inches across by 5.5. So it gave me a little border around each of my pages, but you don't even have to cover up the pages if you don't want to. I mean, I think it looks fine just plain like this too. So have fun decorating, and I will be back to show you the finished product of this one. So here's what I did with this mini album. I did use 6x6 papers from this Always Remember paper pad and some of the ephemera pieces as well from the same set to decorate my mini album here. So 6x6 papers are really good to use if you want to cover up your pages here, because you can just cut them down to size, and then any leftover scrap pieces you can use throughout this album as well. So I have a bird theme going on for the cover here, and I didn't put any words or anything on it. I just thought the images were so beautiful as they were, so I left that. I also did not ink this one up, as you can see, but that's always an option that you can do as well. And then here's my inside. I thought this was a good spot to write a little note. And then I have this flower ephemera piece over on the side here that I just foam taped. This little tab I just stamped memories on. It's a bit wonky because I have like the individual letters, so I have to do each letter individually, and sometimes I don't do it perfectly, but I think it just adds more character. So this one has memories, and I've just included some small little journaling cards from Project Life, and you can write your memories inside these. So that's in this little file folder pocket. Over here, I just have some writing paper, and you can see where I used some of the extra little scraps. And the page in the back just has clouds on them, so I thought the clouds and the little rainbows went well together. And then over on this page, you can see that I used the leftover scrap strips and just put them side by side to fill up this page. So I did that with a few of the other pages with any of the leftover scraps. And then I just added some clouds to the top here. This says thinking of you, and then there's a little tree there. So this had the top loading pocket, and I just stuck this extra tag that I had inside. And then here are some more rainbows. I just thought that a photo would go perfectly here. So some pages I didn't really put much on in case I want to add photos or things like that. But over here, I just have another little journaling card that you can write on. And then this file folder pocket, I just titled Notes. And so I just have another little journaling card. And I just love the birds and the flowers and all the nature themes. So that's the only thing in there. And then here's another page with the two little scrap strips that I glued together side by side. Added just a little gold flower there. And then just one journaling card here that says life is beautiful. I just glued that straight on. And that's it for this little mini album. So I think these are just so much fun to make. You can do any style that you want. And I really hope that you all have enjoyed this tutorial. So give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration. And leave me a comment down below and say hi. I would love to talk to you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Happy crafting, everybody, and huge hugs to all of you.